The Eternal Story. From the fall to the rise through Kriya Yoga. In every age, humanity has asked the same question. Why are we here? Ancient rishis, prophets, and saints gave different answers, sometimes through parables, sometimes through scriptures, sometimes through silence. Today, in our scientific age, people expect explanations that are logical and rational. Yet the truth is timeless. It was whispered in allegories thousands of years ago, and it can still be understood today if we open our hearts. Long ago, in what ancient traditions call the Golden Age, human beings lived in a state of deep connection with the divine. They didn't need temples or rituals to feel God's presence. Every tree, every sunrise, every breath revealed the infinite. The old texts say that the first humans, after witnessing the wonders of creation, would simply sit in meditation, merge back into spirit, and rest in eternal bliss. But God, the eternal playmate, wanted a drama, a story. If souls immediately dissolved back into him, the play of creation could not unfold. So the universe was made more alluring, more captivating. Beauty and temptation appeared side by side. In the biblical story, Adam and Eve tasted the fruit and entered into the realm of opposites, light and shadow, joy and sorrow, gain and loss. In the Indian tradition, this same story is told in a different way. Souls slowly lost their natural God consciousness and became entangled in ego consciousness. It feels like a fall, almost like God played a trick on us. But what if this fall was not a punishment but an invitation? An invitation to experience duality, to walk through the cycles of time, to lose ourselves, so that one day we might rediscover the joy of union. Swami Sri Yukteswar, the guru of Paramahansa Yogananda, described this cosmic cycle in his book, The Holy Science. He wrote that humanity rises and falls in great cycles, like day and night on a vast scale. Around 500 AD, humanity entered the lowest point, the darkest age in a cycle of 24,000 years. This may well be the true Garden of Eden story, the gradual dimming of our inner light, the slow fading of our divine memory. And yet even in darkness, a lamp is always lit. Saints, sages, and prophets appeared again and again, generation after generation, to remind humanity of the higher truth. From the Vedas to the Gita, from Christ to the great yogis, from Buddha to the modern masters, the message has remained the same. Remember who you are. You are not the body, not the restless mind, but the immortal self. Today, humanity has advanced in science, in technology, even in material comforts. But has this brought happiness? We can cure diseases, yet hearts remain restless. We can reach the moon, yet inner peace feels distant. Swami Kriyananda once wrote in his song, Secret of Laughter, "You can win the world but still be poor, win peace and live like a king." True wealth is not outside, it lies within. As yogis remind us, the only way out is in. And so God in his compassion has sent us a gift for this age, Kriya Yoga. Though ancient, it was hidden during the Dark Ages. In the 19th century, it was revived by the immortal master Babaji and passed down through the lineage of Lahiri Mahasaya, Sri Yukteswar, and Yogananda. Kriya Yoga is not just a technique. It is not merely sitting down, closing your eyes, and controlling the breath. It is a sacred science, a way of life, and above all, a relationship with God and with the living gurus who carry his grace. Through initiation, a disciple enters into this stream of divine power, just as the apostles at Pentecost were baptized by tongues of fire. Yogananda himself declared that his mission to the West was part of the second coming of Christ, not in the form of a man walking on earth again, but in the awakening of divine consciousness through Kriya. So what is Kriya Yoga really? Yogananda explains in his autobiography of a yogi that the ancient yogis discovered a direct link between breath and consciousness. Breath is life. Our first act when we enter this world is inhalation. Our last act before we leave is exhalation. Between these two breaths lies our entire destiny. Breath is the tether that binds the soul to the body. Breath is also the doorway to freedom. Think of it this way. Our desires, our fears, our likes and dislikes, all are tied to the restless rhythm of breath. Inhalation and exhalation mirror attraction and repulsion, joy and sorrow, life and death. This endless cycle keeps us bound to reincarnation. The yogis realized that if the breath could be stilled, not by force but by mastery, then consciousness would expand beyond the body into the vast ocean of spirit. Kriya provides this mastery. With each practice, the life force is gently withdrawn from the senses and directed inward, upward, through the subtle channels of the spine. The chakras, those wheels of light within us, open like secret doors, allowing us to ascend higher and higher until awareness rests in the spiritual eye, the gateway to superconsciousness. This is not imagination. This is not philosophy. It is experience. The scriptures say, "Be still and know that I am God." In breathlessness, in the silence beyond thoughts, the yogi becomes a seer. Creation itself appears like a cosmic symphony, and when the music stops, when breath dissolves into stillness, the soul rises into freedom. But Kriya is not an escape from life. It is not rejecting the world as evil. Rather, it is learning to enjoy creation with God, not apart from Him. Imagine watching a play. If you forget you are in a theater, you become lost in the drama, suffering with every tragedy. But if you remember it is a play, you can laugh, cry, and marvel, without losing your inner peace. Kriya Yoga restores this divine perspective. At its deepest level, Kriya works on Kundalini, the coiled force of energy anchored at the base of the spine. Kundalini is nothing but the power of our attachment, our deep commitment to playing the role of I in this drama of life. Every act of kindness lifts it upward. Every selfish desire pulls it downward. But through Kriya, we consciously guide this energy upward, merging life force with soul force. This is the true resurrection. Daily practice transforms us. Slowly, the breath calms, the mind becomes still, reactions soften. In the midst of life's storms, the yogi begins to feel a center of calmness, an eye in the cyclone. Problems still come, karma still unfolds, but the heart remains anchored. As Yogananda taught, what comes of itself, let it come. The restless search for fleeting pleasures gives way to a joy that no circumstance can touch. This is what Jesus meant when He spoke of eternal life. Not endless years in heaven, but a state of unbroken awareness, where consciousness no longer sleeps in matter, but shines as pure spirit. When the yogi passes through death, he does so with eyes open in the light. Kriya is the sacred rite of fire described in the Bhagavad Gita. Each breath is offered into the opposite breath until they merge in the inner vision of God as prana, as the living Aum vibration. The spine becomes the altar, the chakras, the lamps, and the soul the priest offering its devotion. And so, the invitation is clear. We have wandered long enough in the play of opposites. We have tasted joy and sorrow, success and failure, countless lifetimes over. Now the way back has been revealed once again. The shortcut, the airplane route, as Yogananda called it, is before us. The story began in the Golden Age when humans knew God without effort. Then came the fall, the forgetting, the long night of separation. But the story does not end there. Today, a new dawn is breaking. A new dispensation has been given. The rishis of the modern age, the saints of the eternal lineage, have handed us the key. That key is Kriya Yoga, and the door it opens is the infinite.